Hello, my name is Anastasia-Beste.
And my name is Beste Kaya.
And this is our study product too.
Before we start, we will have a quick look to our study product 1. First, we will tell you a few things about the school that we went for our internship, and then we will continue with the research that we did. Afterwards, by following the NABC model, we will show you our beliefs on how things can improve.
Rudolf Steiner School is a private school in the city of Aarhus. It's not a common school but a free school. The school follows the Rudolf Steiner's philosophy and has as a goal to develop free but morally responsible individuals. Factual knowledge, homework and tests receive less attention. Storytelling and experimentation are the main methods.
We did a qualitative research and we chose the confluence of the school as to formulate students who can be active citizens with inappropriate behaviors and ready to contribute to the society. How the school deal with the students when they don't have the appropriate behaviors during the lessons, and if the lack of technology affect the inappropriate behaviors of the students as a topic.
We thought that the topic can be connected with global awareness because if students don't have an appropriate behavior, they will not be a right part for the society and they won't be able to have good relationships with people and especially with people from different environments.
We wanted to notice that when we refer to an appropriate behavior, we mean that we expect from the students to coexist and cooperate with the others, to be kind and polite, to respect the others and follow the rules.
The decision of our topic was based on two reasons. Firstly, because from the first day we saw that the students weren't focused on the lesson. They were chatting, playing with their phones, sleeping, and the teacher didn't say anything to them. So we were curious to see why the students had this behavior and why the teacher didn't say anything to them.
Secondly, we chose this topic because the school doesn't use technology at all, so we wanted to see how this can work nowadays while the children are surrounded by technology.
Our sample was 36 students and 6 teachers. As to select our answers, we gave them questionnaires. For having more clear answers, we chose to have not only closed but also open questions. Besides the questionnaires, we also observed them.
We saw that teachers rarely use teamwork, students often had fights with their classmates, they didn't follow the rules, they didn't respect their classmates and also the teachers. So, we conclude that the schools needs more work as to help students to become active students, kind, polite with appropriate behavior.
Also, it was common to see that teachers were shouting or ignoring the students in order to manage.
Finally, we saw that the students were chatting during the lesson, they didn't follow the rules of the class and they weren't showing respect to their classmates and to the teachers. Based on the answers of the research and from our observation, we conclude that the students appeared this behavior when they were tired and when they didn't find the lesson interesting.
We combined this information with their willing to use technology during the lessons and their belief that the lesson could be more interesting with the use of technology, and we came with the conclusion that the lack of technology affects the inappropriate behavior of the students.
But how the things can be better?
As to conclude on how the things can be better, we followed the NABC model. NABC is a method which helps present ideas in an easily accessible and captivating way. Compared to so many other methods, the fact that it can be used in all the phases of the development process makes NABC especially effective.
What does NABC stands for? N for need, A for approach, B for benefit, and C for competition.
The need. We should find activities as to avoid the lecture teaching and make the lesson more interesting. Techniques that allow teachers to manage easier the students, but also allow students to cooperate more with the others. We should find ways in which pupils can learn to follow the rules, and we should raise global awareness and intercultural competence.
What is intercultural competence? Is the ability to develop targeted knowledge, skills and attitudes that lead to visible behavior and communication that are both effective and appropriate in intercultural interactions.
What is global awareness? It's an understanding of the different cultures and norms that are found across the world, which is very important to have, particularly in the humanitarian section. Because of Rudolf Steiner's philosophy, it's not possible to install technology in the school. That's why we decided to find some activities based on cooperative and playful learning that will make the lesson more interesting, they will raise global awareness, and they will develop pupils' intercultural competence. In cooperative learning, students work together on activities that have cooperative principles. Pupils are individually responsible and accountable for their learning and the work of the whole group. The smaller the group, the more likely is that all the members will contribute.
As to make the lesson more interesting, we can use playful learning. Experience has shown that when children have a change at physical activities which bring their natural impulses into play, going to school is a joy, management is less a burden, and learning is easier.
Also, we were inspired by the push method. Push method describes the process from thinking about something to visualize action based on thoughts and finally to carry out a change-provoking action. Based on this model, we thought that playful learning will be beneficial for the students because in this way they don't have only to hear or think about something, but they have also to act.
Role play, simulation, and drama activities. Teachers can give out role cards according to which learners have to act completely different from their usual ways, norms, and standards. The discussion with the class or group is very important after each role play or simulation to raise awareness of what happened during the game.
These activities can develop intercultural competence. Students experience what it's like to be different, to be looked on strangely, to be criticized or even excluded. They can also discover that although people may show differences, these differences do not make them less valuable as human beings. Moreover, such activities can make the lesson more playful, more interesting, can help the pupils to develop attitudes of openness, curiosity, and respect, as well as to develop skills of observation and empathy.
Another type of activity is theater, poetry, and creative writing. Reading plays in literature or foreign language classes help students learn from the true theater in many different ways. Staging theatrical works takes this learning even further as acting out enables people to explore, to respect on experiences that they would probably never encounter otherwise.
These learning activities can make the lesson more attractive. They help to develop intercultural competence. They allow the students to gain knowledge about people they have never met, to learn about lives they have never imagined. Also, with these activities, students challenge their stereotypes of other people.
Ethnographic tasks involve students in going outside to explore life in the real world in order to bring back experience and knowledge that they can compare, analyze, and reflect. They can be assisted in completing an observation grid to explore how people greet each other, or they can interview people to find out how people in a certain neighborhood live, think.
These activities develop some of the attitudes, knowledge, and skills required for intercultural competence.
Image making. Students can use their bodies and each other to make a still image involving a number of people. This image may be an effort to recreate a group of people they have seen or create a new or imaginary person or group of people.
These types of activities provide opportunities for students to develop attitudes of openness, curiosity to learn about other people, skills for changing or adapting one's way of thinking, and awareness.
With all these activities, we can avoid the lecture style of teaching and thus make the lesson more interesting. We can raise global awareness and develop learners' intercultural competence. Finally, these activities can help students remember for longer periods because they are focused on the things that we say and do, and as Della said, we tend to remember 90% of what we say and do.
As we told you, the majority of the students didn't follow the rules of the class. When we asked them why, they answered that not all of them knew the rules, and some of them because they believed that the rules are made to be broken. This means that they didn't know about the importance of the rules. It is important to mention that the students didn't contribute to the creation of the rules.
So, what can be different in order to have students who follow the rules?
There are two ways for that. You can simply tell to the students what the rules are. You have complete control in this case. They are your rules and it's your responsibility to enforce them. But by letting them decide the rules, students have a greater commitment to keeping them.
It could be more beneficial if teacher and students decide the rules together. Agreeing the rules together can be used as a good introductory activity with a new group of students. The teacher can have a dialogue with the students to make an equal understanding about how they should act and behave.
The classroom rules should be simple as to be easy to remember. They should be written up in big letters on a classroom poster. They should be written down as the class discusses what they understand by ease and are thus embodied in its brain as they are accepted by the group. A well-balanced, mutually agreed set of ground rules should enable the teacher to prevent problems occurring in the classroom. Every time that someone breaks a rule, it is important to look back to the specific rule, remind the rule, and explain again the meaning and why it's important to follow it.
In this way, we will have students who follow the rules and as a result, students who can coexist with others, respect others, and be a good part of society.
Also, we achieve multicultural education goals. By deciding all together through dialogue the rules, we develop and foster a democratic and just society. By letting the pupils know about the importance of the rules, we help them to develop their attitudes, and we also create a safe, accepting, and successful learning environment for all.
But what is multicultural education? It's an educational approach that focuses on taking into account cultural differences while emphasizing the necessity of facing up to all forms of discrimination, be it race, religion, social background, sexual orientation, gender, age, or ability.
By making all this happen, we believe that things are going to be better. We will have students who will be a good example to mind, students who will pay attention to the lesson, who will show respect to the others, who will follow the rules, and who can coexist with the others.
In the future, we have people who will be a right part of the society, active, polite, with appropriate behavior. Furthermore, we will be able to coexist with others, even if they are from different environments or have different opinions, having a good and healthy relationship with them.
At the beginning, we were in doubts. Can Rudolf Steiner philosophy works nowadays while everyone is surrounded by technology?
Based on the desire of the students to have technology in the lesson and our experience, we thought that this approach is not possible to work today and the technology must be part of the school, even in a small amount.
Moreover, we looked back to the answers of the teachers in our questionnaire about why they don't use technology in the school, and we searched deeper about Rudolf Steiner's philosophy, and then we changed our opinion.
Considering that the students are surrounded by technology on a daily basis and how much time students spend using technology, we thought that by not using technology in the school gives the opportunity to the students to have a break from technology.
Also, nowadays students from a small age have some knowledge on how to use technology, so for this reason it's important to teach them about something else.
Furthermore, recent studies show that the use of technology in small age can be harmful for the development of the brain, and also the technology seems to have an effect on a child's ability to use their imagination.
Thus, we conclude that it will be more beneficial to try to find another way that can fix the problem that we saw in the school without the use of technology. For these reasons, we suggest playful learning. The lesson can be more interesting, we can draw students' attention, and we can keep Rudolf Steiner's philosophy. This solution is productive for the school, but also more realistic, because if it's not possible, it's so difficult to change the way of how Rudolf Steiner's school thinks and works.
That was our study product too.
Thank you for your attention. We hope that you enjoyed.